Paris, Tuesday night, the reigning European champions against the most ruthless attack on the continent. Paris Saint-Germain host Bayern Munich in the Champions League semi-final, and the two leading scorers in this season's competition will collide over 180 minutes. This should be the final.
Clutch the moment. Clutch brief.
There is history weighing on this fixture. Bayern have won every single one of their last 5 Champions League meetings with PSG, scoring 7 and conceding only 1. Tonight, the holders try to rewrite that script. Champions League semi-final first leg, Parc des Princes. The defending champions chasing back-to-back European crowns. The Bundesliga's record-breaking machine chasing their 7th. Welcome to the matchday program. Two managers in two very different positions tonight. One walks the touchline as a defending European champion. The other watches from the stands, suspended as his record-breaking side rolls into Paris. Luis Enrique already has the trophy on his CV. After last year's 5-0 demolition of Inter in Munich, the Spaniards' PSG are seeking back-to-back crowns, something only one club has managed in the Champions League era. He has called this Bayern side one of his favourite teams to watch in Europe. Tonight he tries to stop them. Vincent Kompany cannot take charge from the touchline. The Belgian is suspended, watching from the stands, with English assistant Aaron Danks running the dugout instead. The quote there is from Harry Kane and tells you everything about the trust this group has built. Bayern's machine doesn't need its driver in the seat tonight. Listen to the players and the respect is mutual. Vitinha rates Bayern as the best team in Europe alongside his own. Kane calls the holders a really strong side, well coached. Two heavyweights, both convinced the other is the test of the season. Enrique has the trophy. Kompany has the form. Tonight, one of them blinks first. Two contrasting injury bulletins. PSG welcome back their engine room. Bayern travel to Paris with 3 of their attacking weapons unavailable. Crucially for Paris, Vitinha is back. The Portugal international shook off the heel inflammation that kept him out of 2 Ligue 1 fixtures and trained fully on Monday. Mendes and Fabian Ruiz are also available. Teenage forward Quentin Najantu is the only confirmed absentee. For the visitors, the picture is bleaker. Serge Gnabry, in red-hot form as a free-roaming number 10 behind Kane, has torn his adductor and will miss the rest of the season and the World Cup. Rafael Guerreiro picked up a hamstring problem against Mainz. Bischoff and Karl are not in the travelling squad, and Kompany is banned for this first leg. Predicted lineups. Enrique returns to his trusted 4-3-3 with Vitinha as the quarterback. Bayern roll out the 4-2-3-1 with Musiala stepping into Gnabry's number 10 role behind Kane. Both clubs sit top of their domestic leagues. Both have already wrapped up trophies this season, but the way they have got there could not be more different. Paris top Ligue 1 with 69 points from 30 games, 6 clear of Lens who refuse to disappear. A surprise home defeat to Lyon 10 days ago dented the run, but back-to-back wins over Nantes and Angers have steadied the ship before Bayern arrive. Bayern a different stratosphere, champions of Germany already with weeks to spare, 26 wins from 31, once a defeat all season, 113 goals scored, a goal difference of plus 81, 5 wins on the bounce including a 4-3 away thriller at Mainz on Saturday. Side by side, PSG concede less. Bayern score nearly twice as much. The reigning European champions versus a juggernaut that has, frankly, made the Bundesliga look easy. Tonight, the difficulty curve spikes. And look at this run. 5-0 at St. Pauli, 4-3 over Real Madrid, 4-2 against Stuttgart, the DFB Pokal semi-final at Leverkusen won, then 4-3 at Mainz, an 83rd minute Kane winner, 19 goals scored in 5 matches. This is what is walking into the Parc des Princes. Recent history reads almost entirely in one direction. PSG have struggled against this opponent for years. Bayern have won the last 5 Champions League meetings between these clubs. 7 goals for, just 1 against. That includes November's 2-1 win in Paris during the Ligue phase when Luis Diaz's red card forced Die Roten to cling on after a dominant first half. Their last victory over Bayern came in last summer's Club World Cup semi-final in the United States, a 2-0 win in which Doué and the rest of the Parisian attack lit up Manuel Neuer. But that was a different tournament with different stakes. Tonight, the European Cup is on the line. There are stars all over this fixture, but one man is closing in on history. Harry Kane has never lifted a major club trophy until this season, and he is now eyeing the biggest one of all. 53 goals in 45 appearances across all competitions, 33 in 28 Bundesliga games, 12 in 11 Champions League matches, the most ever scored by an Englishman in a single edition of this competition. Only Kylian Mbappé, with 15, has more in this season's tournament. Kane has scored in each of his last 4 Champions League knockout matches and his last 5 overall, a streak that already equals Robert Lewandowski's Bayern record. One more goal tonight and he stands alone. Score in this match and he also surpasses Steven Gerrard's run from 07-08. And he knows the danger. Kane has identified counter-pressing as the key. Get it wrong, and PSG's transition game will hurt them. He has also called PSG reigning European champions for a reason. Respectful, realistic, and ready. Two attacking sides who would rather have the ball than not. Two coaches who back their players to control the rhythm. The tactical question is who blinks first when those plans collide. PSG's plan starts with Vitinha. The Portuguese has covered more distance than any player in this season's Champions League, 150 kilometres, and completed more passes than anyone in a single edition since records began. He sets the press, he sets the build. With Hakimi and Mendes flying down the flanks, Paris want this game stretched. Bayern's blueprint: stick to themselves. Stanisic and Lema push high as inverted fullbacks, Kimmich orchestrates from deep, Musiala moves into Gnabry's free-roaming 10, Olise and Diaz stretch the pitch, Kane finishes the move. The question, as one observer put it, can Bayern trust their principles when the other team is finally on their level? And there's the obvious soft spot. Nearly 40% of the goals Bayern have conceded this season have come from set pieces. PSG have aerial threats in Marquinhos, Pacho and Hakimi, and a delivery list led by Vitinha. If this game hangs in the balance, it could swing on a corner. The bookmakers cannot split them. Most analysts cannot either. For the first time in over a year, PSG enter a two-legged tie not as the clear favourites. CBS Sports described Bayern as the most dominant side in Europe across the calendar year. They were in the same article forced to ask whether the Bundesliga champions can play their way against an opponent on their level, because frankly, they have not faced one. And the doubt over Paris is real too. Their wins over Chelsea and Liverpool looked emphatic on the scoreboard, but the underlying numbers were tighter. Dembélé and Doué produced moments of genius rather than relentless suffocation. The data says PSG are who they were a year ago. The eye test is less sure. Sports Illustrated have called it 2-2. Both teams scoring, neither side getting separation. The second leg in Munich set up to decide it. Buckle up. That is their advice. It feels right. Quickfire stats, both sides. Some you'll know, one you won't. 1,370. That's how many passes Vitinha has completed in this season's Champions League, more than any player in any single edition since records began over 20 years ago. 120 Champions League appearances for Marquinhos tonight, drawing him level with Roberto Carlos. Only Lionel Messi has more among South Americans. Bayern's defenders take note. 9 goal involvements in this Champions League for Luis Diaz, including the late strike that finally broke Real Madrid's resistance in Munich. Bayern's left flank against Hakimi is, on paper, the matchup of the night. And the eye-watering one. Bayern have lost just one Bundesliga game all season. 26 wins, 4 draws, 1 defeat in 31 matches. That is the level PSG must drag down tonight. The The call, 2-2 in Paris. PSG strike from a set piece, Bayern answer through Kane, of course they do. And the tie travels to the Allianz Arena alive. The holders avoid defeat. The challengers take an away goal-style psychological edge into a home semi-final second leg. That is your matchday programme. PSG against Bayern Munich, 9 o'clock CET, Parc des Princes. Subscribe to Clutch Brief. The Champions League final is on the horizon, and we will be there for every step.